Hello, everyone. Today is July 8th, and I am doing a new moon reading. So we're going to get right into it. Our new moon is July 9th, and it is in Gemini, apparently. So this should be very interesting. I'm getting that in this time of the new moon, there's still a lot of emotional, like water energy, basically the relationships around you are very fluid. Some may come and go. You might find that the differences in your relationships, and it could be actually family, friends, romantic, resources, coworkers. So relationship goes quite wide and varied at this point. That it's a very interesting time where you're going to find that some of your relationships will stay with you and be very strong, and then others may very well fall away. And to that end, it's almost as though your intuition will find that this time is a time where you want to be by yourself for right now so that you can deal with what you have on the inside. So the new moon has a very interesting connection, I think, with our heart chakra, which is right in here, and basically our discerning of who will be in our lives for this time forward or who will not from this time forward. So the first card that I'll be pulling today is from a beautiful deck called Moonology, and it's by Yasmin Boland, and she's a lovely astrologer. And I'm basically not going to guarantee that it's going to come out to be the new moon from this card or from this card deck, but basically it's going to be an interesting one. So I haven't seen the cards; I just pulled them prior to. So let's go ahead. So strangely enough, it is the new moon. So you can't make this stuff up. Honestly, you can't. Um, a new romantic cycle begins. So I was talking about relationships, and that is exactly what is happening. It is the new moon in Libra. So basically, even though it's not the same new moon in Gemini at this time, it does have some interesting messages for you. And I believe that they're choosing Libra because of the balances. If you could see that there's a scale, and that is going to allow you to check within and find out the individuals that are right for you at this time. So let's go ahead and read through the guidebook. I fully believe that the guidebooks have been created for your your clarity and your understanding, and they have a lot of information in them. So I do tend to read them, even though I can read the cards without having the guidebook. I always find that it's always nice to give you that nice little perspective. So a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning. And if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well balanced connection. In anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised, such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is a sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. Attuned to the moon, reach out to someone and let them know you care. Additional meanings for this card that may be more specific to you could be feel more, think less, or marriage or engagement is on the cards, or a legal matter will go your way, or pay attention to your appearance, but don't be all about appearances. The teaching of this card is this: Libra is the sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So when you have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales. This energy wants to bring things back to an equilibrium. And this is why I say that this particular movie is all about the relationships, and you're discerning as to who is going to resonate with you at this time. This is how you come into equilibrium. And right now, there are a lot of changes that are going on in your life. I can guarantee it. If it's not something about the outside of the world going in, it's definitely about the inside of yourself going out into the world. There are some times where you might actually feel completely discombobulated with everything that's going on, and you just need that time for yourself. And this card is actually saying, go for it. Plus, if there's something or someone that's out there that you felt that there's been a little bit of a discord, they're saying that there's a good possibility that negotiating with this person might mean just meeting them halfway. And if that's not in the cards, if that is something you check within and you find out that the truth is, I don't know if I want this relationship to continue because it's not resonating with me anymore, then you have the decision to make as to what it is you would like to do with that relationship. Or you can talk with that person. So at this time, it's really about discerning exactly what it is that you want to do. Would you like to create a collaboration, create a negotiation, an alliance? Or would you need to meet someone halfway in their point and in their ideas in order to balance the scales of the relationship or relationships in your life right now? So that is the first card. It's a very interesting one to start with, isn't it? The next deck that we have is the Goddess Power Oracle cards. And this is also Colette Baron-Reid. You can see that I do read a lot from her cards, and I do read them a little bit differently. She suggests many different ways of reading the cards. But at this point, I actually have been reading like this for quite some time. So I find that it seems to work the best for me. So the Goddess Power cards are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And so the goddess we're working with at this time is Ellen of the Ways, patterns. So I like this one because what is interesting about patterns is that we have the choice of actually changing a pattern. Maybe we can modify a particular pattern that actually is dysfunctional or has been outlived. And this could be patterns of behavior. This could be patterns of your life and how it's been going and the future. I don't want to say too much into the future. You want to be able to actually think about things in the present. But it'll be very interesting to see what Ellen of the Ways has to say about patterns. So as we go into the book here, what has been listed is an empowerment message and an alignment message. And I read both. I know basically the alignment message is for if the card appears upside down. But in this respect, I love to read both because there are times where both descriptions actually have to do with your life. And even though it may not be exactly what Colette Baron-Reid has been saying to do in that sense with her cards, I actually find that this really works really well for the people that I read for. So we're going to go with that. Ellen of the Ways, patterns. Empowerment message. Have you noticed patterns in your life that lead to positive experiences? Developing positive habits introduces new patterns into the fabric of reality and will support your dreams as they take form in the material world. It takes awareness and discipline to make this happen, but you can do it. It's time to allow the experience of a new happiness. If you do, Ellen of the Ways, the Celtic goddess of paths and patterns, will show you a new way to your dreams. All manner of miracles are possible. Now is also the time to build bridges across any divides with others that have temporarily separated you. Very much like the last card. Your path is clear. The way will be shown as you make new choices for your life with the goddess known as Ellen of the Ways as your happy guide. The alignment message is this: familiar patterns show up when you fall asleep at the wheel of your life, or when you expect things to be a certain way out of habit. Whatever conditions are recurring for you right now, you are being invited to see them as an opportunity to move beyond the limits of your expected disappointment or habitual behavior. If you do what you have always done, then you can expect the same patterns to continue. If you don't want to repeat a lesson or find yourself back on the same path with the same people, same conditions, and results, then you must choose to think, do, and be differently. The goddess known as Ellen of the Ways offers this alignment task. Make a commitment to change your way and choose to allow for new paths to be explored. It's time to take a look at your need to always wonder if the other shoe will drop and how you remain in familiar territory, although you're not content. Ellen will show you the way out. You just need to want to follow. Lovely card, and definitely actually goes with the relationship ideals from the first card. So this is telling a nice little story, and you can see how fluid this really truly is. This reading is about relationships and may tap into something else when we go into the next card. But what's beautiful about this is the fact that this is saying, try not to be stuck in your ways as well. Allow yourself to see the other person's point of view if you're really having to discern about whether or not the relationship is good for you or not. In other words, they're saying, don't cut them out right away. Don't take an impulsive move, but at the same time, just reflect upon how the relationship is going to suit you at this time. If it resonates with you, keep it going, make a negotiating pattern with it, let go of some of the older patterns, maybe see that there could be a possibility that your habits might actually be influencing the relationship as well, either good or bad. And there's no such thing as good or bad, but basically it's just a nice, easy way of saying it. There are many different positives about this. I really love looking at these cards and thinking about the fact that we have the control within ourselves about what it is that we want in our lives with regards to relationships and how it's going to relate to the outcome. Our outcome, and especially the new moon right now, is about manifesting. So this card really, really goes towards the manifesting part. What is it that you want to manifest? And if you want to manifest a positive outcome, write that down. Write it down in something, whether it's a piece of paper, writing down everything that you would like to happen. And in a positive spin, like I am, and making it seem as though it's already done. I am this. So, and you can insert anything you would like, or I have this. And it could be, I have a perfect relationship with such and such. It could be anything that you would like. And what's really wonderful is at this particular time, I always say in the new moon and the full moon, you can do this as a ritual or ceremony. You can write these things down as manifestations, especially during this time at the new moon, because it is all about manifestations, and burn it. Whether the piece of paper is perfect to burn and allow those messages to be released into the universe for a transmutation to bring things wonderfully. It actually empowers that whatever it is that you've written down on the piece of paper. You can also write down things that you want to let go of as well, in in the same stead, and just burn it at the same time. So the usual idea is just to let go of old patterns. So when you're doing something like that, you're changing the energy. So it's always a lovely way to let go and let new come in. So that is Ellen of the Ways. And lastly, we have one other card, and we're going to work with the Archangel Animal Oracle cards. These are absolutely gorgeous too. Diana Cooper, absolutely wonderful deck of cards. What I find is that it actually tells you where the animals are from, not from Earth, elsewhere. And I love that part. Always wanted to know, and this card deck actually lets me know, which is awesome. So the card that we have with this is Ladybird, super sweet. Uh, accept happiness and good fortune, Archangel Preminelek. I'm hoping I'm saying that right because I haven't actually seen that name for a little while. Preminelek. So Ladybird, accept happiness and good fortune. Now, in the time of this new moon, I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to tap into the new moon in Gemini parts, but there's some beautiful astrologers out there, and I encourage you to look up some various types of astrology just to let you know a little bit more about the new moon in Gemini. But what I would have to say is that what we're looking at here, especially when we're talking about the fluidity of relationships, but also about your relationship with anything you have in your life, which includes career, it could include your business, it can include, like they say, the financial, the economical, the worldly situation. It's literally kind of all over that because relationships are so much a part of our lives. This is basically what we are as beings on this earth. We are here to form and to relate with others. So accepting happiness and good fortune is kind of paramount to the new moon. If you let go of the old patterns of thinking, old patterns and behaviors could also say old relationships that may not serve you now, then you are changing the energy to bring in good fortune and abundance. So this is perfect. I love the fact that we're working with ladybirds too, which is kind of interesting. And if you don't know what a ladybird is, I'm going to tell you. So, about ladybirds. These bright little insects from Orion carry wisdom and joy in their energy fields. They spread angelic qualities of peace, harmony, cooperation, joy, love, and higher understanding wherever they go. People sense this and love them for it. If you feel delighted when you see a ladybird, your energy shifts, and this opens you to experience joy, blessings, and good fortune from the universe. While the service mission of ladybirds on Earth is to eat aphids that damage crops, their sole mission is to assist all plants. They work with the fairies and sylphs, who are air elementals, to blow away from fauna and flora any lower energy that is holding back their development and growth. They also communicate with those insects who are damaging plants and try to persuade them to move away. Isn't that sweet? If you are graced by the presence of a ladybird, you are also very blessed. Looks like ladybird here means ladybug to a lot of us in North America. So I just wanted to clarify that. So the guidance is this. If you choose this card, it signals that you are about to receive a blessing from the universe. An angel may touch you. Happiness awaits you. You are illuminated with new understandings, or good fortune is coming your way. Give thanks for all that you've received already, so that you are energetically prepared for the new before the gift flies away. Ladybird Energy invites you to spread angelic qualities today. This will make a difference to those you touch, and you may be surprised how people and animals will appreciate it. You are also asked to communicate graciously to all the people you meet or write to in a way that will nourish and support them. So perfect. At this time, it's all about the relationships that people have with everything around them, including nature. And looking at the ladybird and how it brings in this beautiful, abundant energy and is right there to let you know that once you do a little bit of work, letting go, then you are opening your avenues to something absolutely beautiful, wonderful energy, blessings, and abundance. And that is what this is saying, that it's bringing good fortune as you let go of the old and embrace the new. And if there is something that you can negotiate and basically meet someone halfway and accommodate some of the ideas, then go for it. But do what you feel is right intuitively. This is also having to go within and actually decide whether or not something is right for you, whether it is the relationship with anybody around you or the relationship to something like your career or anything, any event, anything that you have some type of relationship to. And it could even mean money. Sometimes we have a relationship with money as well. Some people have an idea that money is more a sinful thing, and then others have ideas that money can be very good for you. Really, quite honestly, money is kind of if thinking about the old as a piece of paper. So it's what we put value into. And that's how we create the relationship with whatever is there, whether it is the relationship with money. If you are able, and if you're having difficulties with money or the financial situation, then maybe what it is that you need to look at it from a different perspective and change that relationship. I had once done this, and I'll tell you a small story before I let you go, that I had once had difficulties with money. I mean, it was hard to get things in. It was hard to do anything. I was in between jobs. I was not sure exactly what I wanted to do. And this was when I was about to do more of this, more readings and such. And I found that I needed to change that perspective. I knew deep down inside, after self-reflection, I needed to change that relationship with money. And everything around me was telling me that. Even people who were beautiful angels who would tell me things that would actually relate to change your ideas about money and about the financial situation, and things will change. So one day when I was just doing a little bit of yoga, I was in sort of um, a nice a nice state, I guess you could say, some sort of half in meditation. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to let it go there. I'm just going to throw it out to the universe, see what comes back to me. And what was interesting is I saw money as a cartoon. So each little dollar was running after me and couldn't get enough of me. I thought that was hilarious. I thought the universe works in such mysterious ways. There's this cartoon set of like $20 bills, $100 bills running after me and would jump up and hug me. And I had all these bills following me and hugging me. And I thought, I started laughing. I couldn't help it because I thought this is just hilarious. And then it shifted. Literally, I thought, huh, it's not that I have to pursue money. It's money that's wanting to pursue me, that I'm not allowing myself. I'm basically putting myself in a perspective because of these old habits I was thinking about, that I wasn't worthy for money, or some things sometimes we learn actually as we grow older, as we grow up from a younger age, that our parents have dealt with. And then we come up with these habits or habitual thinking that's really not pertinent to the time that we're in. And I just couldn't help it. And after that, I started to see abundance in a different way, and I started to receive. That was such a turning point for me. So, just a little story to let you know that it can happen, that things, if you see things in a different perspective, including relationships with everything and everyone around you, then things can change for you in a very positive way. I do believe that even when we let relationships go, that is also a very positive way of looking at things too. Just because we are healing, we have people that come into our lives for a short time or a long time. And at this moment, it could mean that there needs to be a change so that if we let a person go, they're able to pursue some things in their journey, and we are able to open up a new era of energy for ourselves and bring in those that are more resonating with us right now. So, anyways, I will leave you with that. And I want to thank you so much for watching my channel, or coming to my channel and checking out the readings. If you enjoy the readings, please like my videos and subscribe to the channel. It'd be lovely to have you on. I always love like-minded individuals too. So have a wonderful new moon, and we will see you in the weeklies. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.